Welcome back to the Women's Spirit Retreat, the path and the journey of unfolding of your heart and your soul. You're about to go from surviving to thriving. So I'm really excited about this next session for you. I'm Elizabeth Ocean, your host, and let's bring up our next incredible guest, spotlighted right alongside me, Sue Bradley. So let's bring Sue up to the stage. Hello, Sue. How are you?
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy that you're here. How are you feeling about the event and everything that's unfolding?
Oh my gosh, there's such synergy. I don't know, some switch got turned on the other day with me, and I am riding the wave. It's just amazing.
It's a good wave to ride. This community,
Girls are good.
they are so good. Well, we've seen you a couple times here with our opening and closing ceremonies yesterday and on the panel, and I'm so thrilled that we finally get to dive in with you and your soul talk. So everybody, let me introduce this incredible goddess that you see before you. Surviving to Thriving with Sue Bradley. Sue, who is a spiritual life coach with over 50 years of experience, guides women to live authentically through transformational experiences. So everyone enjoy Surviving to Thriving with Sue Bradley.
Thank you. So, how many of you here want to feel grounded, connected, and resourced? Just show me your hands. I want to see you. I see you. Oh, some good ways. Yeah. Has anybody ever wondered, is it possible to live this life without stress? Anybody ever wondered that? That's something I contemplate. Like, how can I do this? But anybody want to have a better relationship with themselves? Anybody? I see a few hands. Yeah. Thank you. Well, you're in the right place because we're going to discuss being grounded, connected, resourced, and we're going to address the stress. I'm just so thrilled that I get to follow Linda because she was talking about how we stress eat. And I have one of those eating disorders. And so I learned a lot from her. But right now, we're going to talk about from surviving to thriving, the stress relief session. So in this talk, you're going to learn about stress, what it is, how it affects us, and what we can do about it. And you'll also learn the biggest mistake that's been keeping you in that stress loop. And the truth might shock you. And you'll discover how you've been using your energy. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sue Bradley, and I've worked as a nurse and a massage therapist and a spiritual life coach. And I have a master's in exercise science and a minor in psychology. And I walk the Christian Sufi spiritual path. I have a fascination with this human body that houses our divine spirit. And I'm a lifelong learner and seeker of the one. And I humbly come before you to share in my unique way of understanding the wisdom that's been revealed to me. So I'm so happy to be here. Right now, I'm living my best life. I am thriving in all that I experience. And I have this joy. It's a joy that I never knew growing up. And I've learned so many tools to help me navigate this stress that comes from daily living. But before learning these tools and this way of being, life was not easy, nor was it pleasant. My journey to now has been one of a whole lot of stress from life's challenges, struggles, personal loss, depression, overwhelm, confusion, self-doubt, and uncertainty. And so some of the experiences in my householder years as an adult included nursing school, a marriage, birthing my son, the death of two other children, my best friend, my dad, and a divorce, all before I was 30. Life became very stressful living the single parent life and working as a nurse supervisor. And when my son was in the fourth grade, he was suspended from school. And the principal suggested that we seek counseling to address his behavior. Well, we ended up both receiving therapy, and it was the very first time that any intentional attention was put to my life and how I was coping. And one of the questions that the therapist asked was, have you ever been sexually abused? I was like, what? What do you mean sexual abuse? I didn't even know what that meant. But once it was explained, I began to recall certain situations and how I felt about them. And this one particular memory came back to me. It happened when I was 13. And at the time, I was so young and innocent, and I had no way to process what had occurred. It was the summer, and I had finished elementary school, and I was walking home from a glorious day at the swimming pool. I love to swim. And as I approached my front yard, I saw these four boys that I knew, and I greeted them. And then the next moments changed my life. I was sexually assaulted by those boys. My innocence was just stripped away. That was the beginning of me disconnecting from my body, from my heart, and from my spirit. And so as I moved into my adult years, I was numb and on autopilot, just going through the motions of life and trying to survive the next thing. I was so stressed from my human experiences that I became more disconnected from my spirit. Literally, I was lost spiritually. There was no time made for self-care or delving into the undercurrent of trauma. The stress was building and becoming unbearable. But at some point, I began to sense that there was something more to life than what I was experiencing. And I began to feel something inside of me that was bubbling up, something that wanted expression. My curiosity became more active, and I started seeking answers. I enrolled in a program that helped me get back into my body and find my breath. And I learned to live in the present moment using my breath. So I found a teacher and a mentor that helped me to learn tools to navigate and unpack all the human experiences that I'd lived and not processed. So maybe you too have experienced some challenges in your life. Are you currently in the throes of stress, wondering just why you can't get it together? Are you finding it hard to make time for yourself, to decompress the stress that you feel? The American Psychological Association launched a Stress in America survey to document national levels of stress, and the outcomes have established that stress is a major contributor to the national mental health crisis here in America. So you're not alone in your suffering and your stress, and I'm standing on your behalf. I believe it is the birthright of every woman to prevail over the trauma and over the human condition and the stress, to recover her connection to her unique divine spirit and to live from a place of authenticity and joy in this lifetime, like starting now. So all those years of stress that were taking a toll on my mental health and physical well-being were resolved and composted, and the gifts that they are were uncovered. So I had more space for that thing that was bubbling up inside of me that was wanting expression. It was my spirit. I found another mentor who has taught me more tools and practices to open up to the beautiful spirit that I am. I have come home to myself, and I want that for you. You too can have relief from your stress. So are you ready to step towards your stress relief session? Just drop a yes in the chat if you're ready. Any yeses? Oh, there's one. Somebody's ready. Woo, let's go. So I understand that we all have some kind of wounding that happens to us in this human experience. There is nobody who gets out of this life without some kind of trauma. And that trauma is a sneaky contributor to the stress that we experience. And it can also become the catalyst for our spiritual growth and development. Our life traumas tend to separate us from the divine. And as we heal those wounds and those traumas, we're more able to easily align with our spirit, and our stress levels decrease. This is why I do the work that I do as a spiritual life coach. I'm here now, having been called into service for women who have been wounded and become disconnected from their spirit, their true, authentic self. And I'm here to serve you who are stressed out. So how many of you feel the stress of life and have become overwhelmed, just trying to figure everything out all on your own? Just drop a yes in the comments if you experience stress from living. Yes. Thank you for being honest. I see you. So let's talk about stress. What is it? Well, it's a common human experience. Stress comes in many different forms, and each person responds to stress differently. Stress is how the body responds to a perceived threat. So when we're stressed, our brain function narrows and our stress response is triggered, and it's fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. It's an automatic response, a survival mechanism that is built into our human nervous system. So not understanding how our being functions is what keeps us in the stress loop. So once we understand how we're crafted as humans, we can learn to work with what we have and who we are. So now I'm going to introduce to you the idea of energy. We are energetic beings. So let me draw you a picture here real quick. Think metaphor here. Okay, this is your being. It's like an iceberg. This little squiggly line's the water. That's the iceberg. So what you have above the water is what we show the world. That's our external self. And it represents the conscious mind. And what's below the water is our internal self and our unconscious mind. And what I've learned about this life is that it's all about energy. And physics says that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes form. So all those traumatic experiences that we had as children are stored energy. It's what Linda was referring to about good memories and not so good memories. They're stored in the form of emotions and mental images, and they lie in the unconscious mind and the physical energy fields. And they can be a form of stress that our being experiences. So all those unconscious stored beliefs from my childhood that I made up after the assault were sitting right here with all the unresolved emotions, creating my unexplained stress in my adult years. Yeah. So stress is a form of energy, and this energy can get stuck. So let's look at how stuck energy shows up in our being. There's 4 aspects to our being. There's the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And these 4 energetic aspects make up our whole 100% being. So let's look at each aspect of our being individually. Our physical being is the body. We can touch it. And when stress is present, it shows up in our body as headaches, difficulty sleeping, tiredness, pain, most commonly in the back and the neck, overeating, undereating, skin problems, drug and alcohol misuse, lack of energy, upset stomach, less interested in sex, and other things maybe that we used to enjoy. So how about our mental body? Stress shows up as forgetfulness, worry, can't make decisions, negative thinking, lack of focus, boredom. So let's consider our emotional energy. Stress shows up as anxiety, depression, anger, unhappiness, irritability, feelings of being out of control, and mood swings, frustration. Is anybody resonating with any of this? Just give me a hand wave. Yeah, thank you. You're still with me. Thanks. So lastly, we want to consider our spiritual energy. Stress can show up as apathy, loss of meaning, emptiness, unforgiveness, doubt, guilt, despair. So this is where the rubber meets the road. We are all human divine beings. We have an infinite divine being, some call the soul or the spirit, within our finite human being. So there's the divine infinite being that's housed in the finite human being. And our human being is made up of our personality, our ego, our thoughts, our beliefs, and they're all housed in our brain. The nervous system is the interpreter and regulator of our experiences. So take some time to consider where you are right now. What is the condition of each of the 4 aspects of your being? I will be sharing a link to my free gift. It's the energy inventory tool, and it has questions to answer to help you discern where you are in each aspect of your being. So if you've been struggling with any of the aforementioned experiences of stress and are ready to find a way to get relief, there is a solution. You don't have to continue to live with the stress that you've been under. My free gift, the energy inventory tool, will help you discern where you are in each of the 4 aspects of your being. You're going to discover where you are in excess, where you're deficient, and this is going to help you break the stress loop that you've been in. So let me share with you the experience of one of my clients who took the energy inventory. She realized that she was way heavy on the mental and lacking in the emotional aspect. And as we began to work together, she described the difficulty that she was having in the relationship with her aging father. She couldn't understand why every time she saw a text or got a phone call from him, she was in a panic. And when we uncovered an early childhood trauma, she realized that at the time of the trauma, she had literally abandoned herself and shut down emotionally. Her unresolved emotions that were stored in her subconscious were still being triggered and experienced every time she got a text or call. So together, we were able to access and release her stored emotions and establish boundaries in her relationship with her father. She leaned into some spiritual practices of mindfulness and centering that helped her to regulate her own nervous system. And she's become aware when she gets triggered with that panic, she knows what she can do to disperse that emotion in real time. So I want you to have this energy inventory tool. You will identify where your energy currently is, where it's in excess, where it's deficient, and even where you're leaking your energy. So I will put the link in the chat here for you real quickly. There we go. That's been working off and on, so I hope that it works for you. But click on the link and then fill in your name and your email, and then click the download button, and the energy inventory tool will magically appear. We hope. It's been working and not working, but this gift will help you understand more clearly how you're using your energy in the 4 aspects of your being. So again, click the link. It did not work. Oh, okay. Okay, well, when it comes to you, click the link. And, you know, there's still so much to come to all you beautiful human divine beings. And I thank you so much for your attention and your time. May you receive the medicine that is meant just for you. You can reduce your stress and start by taking the inventory when you get your hands on it. It's free. Thank you. Oh, somebody got the link to work.
Yes,
One you put in the chat, Sue.
we're gonna get that
works.
link to work in a moment here. Can you all unmute yourselves and give Sue angel love?
Great,
Yay,
Sue.
the
Great
wise
job
shaman
today.
medicine
So
woman.
amazing, Sue.
Good
Such
job,
a
Sue.
bright, brave,
Absolutely
Great
beautiful. Love you
job.
fabulous.
so
Great,
much.
Sue.
Amazing.
Information.
Wonderful.
This is
Amazing,
amazing.
beautiful.
I loved it.
You're a wise lady.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Very wise.
Love you.
beautiful.
I love you all.
Love
I'm so
it.
happy to see all my friends too. Thank you.
Isn't this audience wonderful? Sue, thank you.
Yes.
Beautiful talk. I think that we have a link that does work. So, like you said, working on and off, and people are saying, I got it. Some people got, and you just had to give
I
them
got it. It worked for me.
perfect. Awesome. So we've got people with it working. Let's all get you to mute yourselves now. So there's a link that's working.
Okay.
You had everybody like just like so excited for that link that they were like, we need this, we need this. If you're watching the replay, the link will be here for you as well. Thank you for that energy inventory. That's really, really beautiful. I appreciate it. You talked about dispersing energy in real time. Can you give us like a little like practice or something that we can do right now?
Well, it really comes down to being present. That once that tool that you can use, you start realizing that you have these 4 aspects, and it's like paying attention to what's happening. So like I was in a meeting and somebody said something and I got triggered, and it was like in real time, oh, I recognized that something changed in my body. So I could feel that energetically. And then I would just had to give it a pause because I'm in this meeting, right? I can't deal with it right now, but I'm still, it's like that comes to my awareness. I'm still functioning here, but I'm aware that I've been triggered. And so instead of maybe what I would have done when I was much younger is just to immediately respond, or, you know, we have all these strategies and ways that we respond to try to keep ourselves safe. And my response is generally isolator. If I feel triggered, I'm gonna back up and pull my energy back. And so, you know, so in real time, knowing that I got triggered when I finished that meeting, then I went and I knew that I needed to regulate my nervous system, because that's the only person that I can be responsible for, you know. And so that's what this is going to help, is that, like I said earlier, when we learn how our body is designed, we have this survival mechanism in us, the fight, flight, freeze. And there's this little place in our brain called the amygdala that it compares past experiences with now experiences. And if it looks anything like the past that's been a threat, because remember, it perceives our stress response is how the brain perceives it. So whether it's real or not doesn't matter. It's how we perceive it. And we're running off of old experiences. That's why in the subconscious, you know, things that happen that we couldn't process, they can still have an effect. And what that did in that real time moment was like, I said something and it was like, oh my God, I'm not acceptable. And that's an old belief that I created out of some of my trauma that I had. And so then I knew what had happened to me. I knew that that little voice got triggered. And so that's what I need to take care of and deal with, because that I knew that that's what had changed. It wasn't the other person's responsibility. It's just that, oh, that looked like something before, that I was wrong. I said something wrong. I did something wrong. Does that make sense?
I love that. That's makes so much sense. It's like there's 2 levels of awareness. There's what's happening here, and then there's that pause, and just long enough to not have the reaction. Take a step back, and we can see those 2 things happening. I'm so glad that you are on this journey and you're bringing your wisdom to us all.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's incredible. Now, everybody got Sue's free gift. Everybody's like, I want it. We have a link that's working. Somebody mentioned like open it in a different browser. We'll make sure that that works as well.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. If there's certain browsers that it won't open up in, I think I do remember.
Try a different browser, an incognito. That'll work. And then you also are contributing to our VIPs. So everybody, you have a wonderful bonus that's coming to you if you are a VIP. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the VIP is, I started with the physical. So I have a grounding, like a meditative grounding. It creates a visualization to take our physical energy, and that energetically ground to the earth that we live on. And so it's that's what I'm offering is the beginnings to ground our energy into Mother Earth, which is the one that we live on. She can transmute energies. She can give us energy. And so that's what I'm offering is the meditation for a grounding.
Oh, beautiful. And what's the value of this meditation?
But it's really priceless. But if we have to put a dollar amount on it, I would say $100.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is such a, oh, thank you for that generosity. And it's such a contribution to our VIP bonuses. Ladies, there are so, who here is a VIP and is like, wow, just put wow in the comments if you are wowed by the generosity of our speakers. It's like our speakers are giving you a self-mastery spiritual wellness toolkit that's going to help you for months and years to come.
Yep.
So thank you so much for your generosity and contributing that gift to the VIP package. VIP link is in the comments. If you're here and for some reason you don't have VIP, thousands of dollars worth of healing and wellness bonuses, courses, meditations, visualization. It's like a healer in a box, your own personal 25 of your own personal healers in one beautiful place. Plus all of the videos from this entire event, all of the audios from it, so you can all listen on the go, and even pre-recorded interviews that I did with the speakers too. So we have a beautiful package for you. Go to the VIP if you haven't got it yet, grab it. It contributes to this event, the speakers, and to charity as well, everybody. So make sure you go grab that.
Yes. Thank you so much. It has been such an honor and a blessing to walk with you and to be here today. I'm like,
the honor and the blessing is mutual. I've loved having you as part of the Women's Spirit Retreat. What are your final words of inspiration and love for this community?
oh, you are an extension of the divine source living in a human body. You have purpose. You have value. You are important. And we're here together to help each other awaken to our fullest potential. So stay in touch, reach out for support, and know that you are loved.
So beautiful. Did you all write that down? And you can listen to it over and over again. Sue, I just love having you in this community. Thank you again so much. And let's give Sue one final angel blessing of love as she takes this in and mutes.
You're
amazing.
You're
That's
so
so
beautiful. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful wisdom.
I love you so much.
You're amazing.
Very, very real.
You are awesome. You are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for the affirmations. I love you all.
Love you.
Thank you so much, Sue. And as Sue comes down from the stage, what are the qualities that you see in Sue? Put it in the comments down below. This is a reflection. This is a community. You all have it within you. So in one word, what are those qualities? Joy, love. I'm seeing this come through in the chat. Precious joy, genuine, fun, passion, wisdom. I love the way Sue speaks. Wise, joyful, peace, light, bright, peaceful, loving, confidence, fun, strength, and wisdom. These speakers are so incredible. Like, you're just surrounded, all of you, by these global, incredible speakers who, they're not just speakers, they're spiritual teachers. They're transformational leaders, and they have brought you so much love. So I hope that you've enjoyed this beautiful session with Sue Bradley, surviving to thriving.